Why are gender-neutral restrooms such a big deal in the US? Really, the biggest deal that people get riled up over is men using the women's room. Like, parents bringing kids into the opposite bathroom is not a big deal. Dads bring their daughters to the men's room, moms bring sons to the women's room, no big deal there. Really what people get all up in arms about is this idea that a man will go into the women's room and be a pervert to assault women. And sometimes most of the time this distrust is applied specifically at trans individuals. And I don't know if you have ever used an American public bathroom, but I've heard from Europeans I've met that they are way more private over in Europe. Like basically each toilet is in its own room with floor-to-ceiling doors. American bathrooms just have stalls, where there are gaps between the floor and the bottom, and the top and the ceiling. Ostensibly for security reasons, going drugs to be able to see if someone is occupying a stall asleep. So like, it's not super private. And we do have gender-neutral bathrooms where the toilets are in separate rooms with floor-to-ceiling doors and walls. And basically all that is shared is the sink. But that is not how most public restrooms are. Because in Europe the bathroom stalls have real doors, so you don't feel as exposed. We were founded by people who ran from Europe because it just wasn't fundamentalist enough. Because in the US everything's a debate, even potty breaks. In the USA the doors have huge gaps to the single stalls where you can see everything. You don't have to look at the lock to see if it's occupied, you can just look through the gap to see if someone is in there. Because people conflate single-person bathrooms with multiple stall bathrooms, and in addition many people do not discuss the issue in good faith. Most countries do not have the Republican Party, which bases a significant part of their public image around a culture war involving gendered bathrooms, among other things. They are the only ones making noise about this while everyone else is just trying to live in a civil society and go to the bathroom in peace. Right-wing anger generator. Stupid people making up things to be worried about. Have they ever refused to use the bathroom on an airplane? Ultra-conservative people are militantly resistant to any sort of change or progress made in society. They are also brainwashed by far-right media into politicizing things that aren't particularly political, and that often evolves into just being against anything ideological left people are in favor of. Well, if there's no gap in the door, why care who's behind it? It's definitely a topic of debate in Europe too. Just because you saw some people switching toilets on your travels doesn't mean we've settled the issue. I don't mind sharing a restroom as an adult, but I do worry that my 7-year-old girl is in a space where she is out of view with an unknown adult male. Are many men predatory? No, but the ones that are will sure as hell hang around public bathrooms. Because most Republicans don't realize that gender-neutral bathrooms are private bathrooms until it's mentioned that it's a gender-neutral bathroom, because they hate anything that's inclusive to people who aren't white cis straight men. Saw a meme with an outhouse, says you know gender neutral since forever ago. I thought it was a perfect example of what you do at home is your business, in public it's called decency. You can't whack it or pee in public. What would be the difference? That's a lot of laws that would change to endanger. The main reason is pedophiles, and that's good enough reason for me to be against. Same in the US, don't listen to media. Single cubicle unisex toilets make perfect sense if the volume of users is low. Men's toilets and women toilets are perfect for high volume places. Men's especially. Women toilets needs to come up with a solution that provide quicker solution for people who just want to urinate, such as urinals for men. I don't agree with mixed toilets that combine all genders, for the safety of women and children. Because the US has to go way overboard on every single topic where there's even a hint of disagreement. It drives ratings, revenue, and votes. People are too entitled in this country, like they rant all the time for something stupid. Because the pundits on the TV told people to be mad about them as a means of distraction. For the life of me I can't figure out why, but apparently certain men think that women can somehow see each other's genitalia in bathrooms. And this outrages them, because I dunno, they think that not having a little skirt lady sign on the door means perverted men will feel entitled to come in and stare at all the sweet genitalia. Outside of temporary installations at outdoor events, seeing a multiple occupancy gender entirely restroom has been an extremely unusual thing. They're becoming more common now, and it's a news site for many, mostly because it's become useful as a wedge issue in politics. Answer is pretty simple. Design of toilets. Stalls are bad for multiply sex to use together. Proper toilets with doors that lock and no bypass, fine, could not care less. Stalls, I can't even take a shit in the same toilet, let alone in the other sex bathroom. They want some unimportant shit the public can be divided over. A diversion. To rational thinkers, it isn't.